So much new information has been released lately about Star Wars Battlefront, which is not surprising considering that the game is coming out next month. Only 13 days to go, in fact, if you've got EA Access, 18 if you haven't. And we've got a very nice new launch trailer this week, which I'll be taking a look at in this video, because there might be a few things that you missed in there. It's not like a full trailer breakdown, just a couple of bits here and there. As well as this, Heroes and Villains game mode has been announced and detailed, and a more in-depth look at the special vehicles you can pilot in the game, which we haven't really got to play around with yet. And before we get into the nitty gritty, I have a sponsored message from the top Star Wars card trader app for mobile devices. It can be downloaded for free from the App Store or Google Play. Now, if you remember last time we did this, I had a pretty decent trade. It was Cammy for Princess Leia. Not bad, but this time got an even better trade. My Jar Jar Binks, the less we say about him the better, for 2 gold bounty hunters. Hello. Now that is a good trade, Zuckuss and Bosk. Both of these dudes were actually hired by Vader to track the Millennium Falcon down in The Empire Strikes Back. Opened another pack here too, got myself another Darth Vader, C-3PO, Chewie, Tarful, Rancor, and this guy, Yariel Poof, possibly the most stupid name in Star Wars history. But this guy is actually a Jedi Master somehow, so he could probably crush me in an instant. And if you're interested in checking out the app, there's a link in the description below and you can download it for free. Right then, new trailer. This was pretty epic, as are all of the Battlefront trailers, but there was actually a few new things in here that we haven't really seen before. The first shot that I loved personally was this one on the Hoth base, and I think this is the cargo version of Hoth, or maybe Droid Run, because you've got the Gonk droid there. I'm not entirely sure, but there we see the Millennium Falcon and the look of wonder in that rebel's eye. It's like a deer in the headlights. Apparently you can jetpack on top of it, but still no idea if we can go inside it yet. There were also lots of alien races in this trailer too, and you'll be able to switch your character model out for these in game. We had the Twi'lek on Sullust, the Rodian on Endor, a Zabrak on Hothir, that's Darth Maul's race, a Duros as well, holding the Wookiee bowcaster. Looking forward to using that. A Sullustan, and finally, right at the edge of this shot here, I think that's an Ishi Tib, which we saw in the very first cinematic trailer for the game. Leia, of course, on Tatooine, but why is she wearing that Hoth outfit? It's going to be pretty hot in there. Looks a bit weird, honestly, but we do get to see her use the extended squad shield. Boba Fett too, nearly falling into the Sarlacc pit. Anyone want to join me in the Sarlacc pit when the game launches? Feel free to tag along. I feel like we should all just jump in there and it won't go hungry for weeks. Han Solo using the shoulder charge ability there, I guess. Don't know why he's going 1 versus 1 on Darth Vader though. Definitely not going to win that one. You've got the new in construction Death Star in the background there too, and what looks like a nighttime version of Endor. Very pretty indeed. And also on this map, check this out, I think that's an EWOK up on the bridge there sliding along. There were achievements a couple of weeks ago leaked that said that they might throw rocks at you, and you can get an achievement if you actually get killed by one of the rocks that the EWOK throws at you, so make sure you watch out for that. Now then, moving on, there was a cool news post up on the official Battlefront website detailing all of the vehicles in the game, as I mentioned earlier. I won't cover the ones that we already know about, but apart from the speeder bike, which we haven't used yet, there are the 2 hero ships you can control in the form of the Millennium Falcon and Slave One. That's right folks, you probably knew this already, but you can actually fly the Millennium Falcon, and don't let its size fool you. It's a fast ship and it can take a lot of hits as well. And then we have Slave One, laser cannons, projectile launch and seismic chargers, as well as being extremely nimble. It might look small, but it packs a punch. These ships, unfortunately, are only available in the Fighter Squadron game mode. As well as the awesome vehicles, we've got another new game mode that I wanted to touch on, Heroes vs Villains. This is a 6v6 game mode where 3 random people on each team spawn as heroes. It's round based, so a little bit different from some of the other modes. So you're going to be seeing Luke, Han and Leia fighting against Boba Fett, Darth Vader and the Emperor in a fight of light versus dark. The rest of your team will spawn in as rebels or imperial troopers, and the objective of this mode is to defeat the other team's heroes or to have the most heroes left if the round timer runs out. The interesting part here is that the remainder of your team, either rebels or troopers, need to be trying to help keep the heroes alive because it's the heroes dying that will lose the round. Normally you'd be a sitting duck against a hero, but you'll most likely find that the heroes will hunt down each other, which gives you a chance to run around the map and find pickups like the smart rocket that are going to do some real damage. No information on how you actually get to spawn in and play as a hero after the first round. I would assume it's random as stated, but there's a chance it could be like the system in Hero Hunt where if you kill a hero you'll likely become one the next round. It'll be an interesting game mode to see how the tactics work out, especially when one team loses a hero, and with each of the heroes having different abilities, both offensive and defensive, it's going to be really cool to watch them all take each other on at the same time. Also, it gets you thinking a bit. As more of these iconic characters are added to the game in DLC, maybe we're going to see Yoda or Chewbacca in the future, are we ever going to get a game mode that's just heroes versus villains? Imagine at some point down the line, there's 12 of these characters in the game, and you'd be able to have a 6v6 heroes versus villains only battle, because that'd be pretty awesome in my opinion. I think they had something like that in the previous Battlefront games, and that is definitely going to be a highly requested addition to the game once people get their hands on it and start to think about the possibilities. And that's all for today, folks. Thank you for watching as always, and let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. What other sorts of cool game modes could we come up with for Battlefront? I wanted to ask as well, how many of you guys have actually booked tickets for The Force Awakens, and how many of you are going to go see it on release day? Don't forget, you can download the Star Wars Card Trader app from the link below. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.